showed a travel themed journal, the pocket size, a while ago. There was an expandable pocket, and I promised to make a video how I made it. So here we are. I have made one just to show you. The back side, I didn't cover it because I'm gonna glue this onto the journal page. If you would want to keep it like a separate own piece, I would make a cover piece here to glue on. But now it's not so important because I'm gonna use it on the journal. I made a ribbon closure and I made this envelope lid. These are all optional. You can choose yourself what to use. But the point is to show how I made this expandable part. It's really simple and easy to do when you get the point. What you're gonna need is, again, you can choose the material yourself. Do you want to use a really heavy cardstock, scrapbook paper? Do you want to use just some lightweight copy paper? I happened to buy a lot of these brown copy papers from Thailand. I was last time. This is, I think this was the 160 grams paper. I also bought 110 grams. Usually I use these to print pictures on, so I don't have to glue the white paper again onto the cardstock. I just print on this and it's done. But now I wanted to use it on this. It creates a little bit sturdiness here. But then the sides, I'm using, this is normal copy paper, coffee dyed. And why I'm using coffee dyed, I want it to be a little bit same color than the envelope itself. But again, if you want to use red on the sides, you're just free to do that. Just make sure that the paper you use is quite flexible and soft, but that it doesn't start cracking the ones you make the fold. If it already cracks the first time you make a fold, it probably doesn't gonna hold so well. It's because it's gonna open and close a few times. Then this one I made, I think this was 6 times 4, but so it's quite normal envelope size. You can choose again what size you want to do, but I think I will do the same size now. Usually I use centimeters, but the other side of the cutting mat is so dirty, full of glue and everything, that I had to turn it around. But I'm not so good in using inches. I like to use my ruler and knife when I'm cutting pages or bigger things. I have a cutting board, but it's always the work to take it here and put it back, and yeah, it's not big work. But anyway, this is so easy and fast. Now again, you can choose what size you want, where to make the fold. I put it here. Try to get it straight. And here you can, if you don't want to have lid, you just cut it right off. If you want to make a lid, you can fold it down. I make a lid now, but I want to leave just tiny bit, or I want to make the fold just tiny bit above where the pocket ends. So we do it here. That is just to to stop so this wouldn't be in the way when you fold it. And here again you can choose. You can leave the lid as it is now. You can cut it shorter. If you, for example, want to use this kind of closure, then you maybe should leave the lid quite short. The other thing you can do now already, when we haven't glued anything, is to plan how you're gonna close it. So if you want to use brad or something, you're maybe wanting to put it through here. But I think I'm gonna use ribbon, or I'm gonna probably use this string now, the same way I did here. So I don't have to punch anything through. I can go right away to cut the lid. I don't have envelope board. If you do, it's probably really nice to use. I'm using this cutting board. There's marked 90 degrees angle. So I'm gonna find out where my half is. Halfway. I don't know, are these like half-inch marks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think we should have middle part here. Then I'm gonna place it on straight. My fold is going here, but I'm gonna cut along this line. I like to make this one round, also this one here, like this. Then I would like to use some ink, because it really makes a big difference. If you just distress the edges a little bit, you can fast forward if you want. This is really awful, this sponge of mine. But the thing is that when you change a new one, it leaves really sharp edge. I don't know, have you noticed? But this old awful, it's almost halfway worn out. So it makes this naturally, this uneven edge. But now we have envelope forming. And now I'm gonna move to making the insides. I'm gonna need this length, not all the way to the fold, but from this front side and down. So I have so long piece that I can easily make 2 pieces for me. But I'm gonna fold it all at once. I am making about half, was this half-inch? Yeah, half-inch mark folds. But you can make bigger ones if you want. I can show you my bullet journal. This is where I was looking example how they have done it. They have used a little bit wider fold, but it's also bigger pocket. This is almost, it was like 3/4 inch. And it's quite thin and flexible, but really strong paper. I don't know what it is. It's almost like a fabric kind of paper or material. So, but I'm gonna make a little bit smaller fold, just because my pocket isn't so big and I don't need that much space really. I'm trying to get about straight line. It really isn't that big of deal if it's not completely there. But all the folds should be about the same. So what we need is a letter M. So we need 1, 2, 3 folds and 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. And the excess length here I'm just gonna cut away. Just be sure not cutting the folds, then you get a problem. So you can actually leave it a little bit bigger or a little bit longer than the other sides, just to make sure you don't cut the fold. So now we have a letter M, and I'm gonna cut it to right length. I think I'm just gonna mark this like here. You can trim this later. Then I have 2 pieces here still forming letter M, and I start from the right side. I want the last flap coming under the envelope or under the back side of the envelope. So that when you turn the envelope around, you can see the last flap. I'm gonna use white glue. The thing is, glue sticks, for me they haven't worked. They start cracking and opening in some time. White glue, it doesn't dry right away, so you have a little bit time to move it around if you need to. I'm gonna line it up with the fold here, and I'm gonna push it all the way in so it's sitting nicely, the last fold here. And now I'm gonna see, when I fold the envelope, I want to cut just a little bit off so this doesn't happen. You see? Now when I fold it, there's just some millimeter space. Another side, same thing. I don't know what people in US call this white glue. I think it's probably PVA glue. So I wonder if it's just this same as Fabri-Tac and tacky glue you guys have. Not sure. Same thing here. We want this letter M to facing each other. So you need both of the flaps going behind the envelope. And again here I'm gonna see that it folds nicely, maybe just a little bit off. Like that. And you can see one more time that if you need to adjust the last fold, if it's a little bit too wide and it's sticking out, you can do that now. I'm gonna probably do it for this one. But of course you can just hide it with distress ink afterwards. And when we are done with this, I'm gonna spread. Check that. You can check that it doesn't stick out from here. If it does, you can just cut the rest off. Okay, I think we have it. Now I'm gonna spread glue, apply glue on the outside of the first flap, not on the inside as we did before. Same on the other side. Now I want to glue the both sides same time. Wiping glue off from there. And I'm gonna press from here with my nails and fold this up. Making sure that it's about even. It's about even from the other side. And if you see now, it's a little bit quirky, not completely straight. Then I'm just going to press down and wipe it. Now I put some glue on it. Straighten it up, all the folds, so it should work. Wipe away glue again, glue it on the inside. So as you can see, if your folds would have been, oh my god, my fingers are awful from the ink, and if your folds would have been bigger, you probably would be able to open it a little bit more. But this is gonna be inside of a channel, so I'm not so interested about that. And the closure, I'm thinking maybe to just have a string around here. So I'm gonna just, now I'm gonna use super glue because I want it to stick. So, oops, now I'm getting a lot of it. I want it to dry up. And now I see just a little bit lighter color here, so I can use some ink to cover it up. Yes, are we happy? I think we put some ink there too. I think I'm gonna embellish this a little bit more still, but here was the point or the idea of expandable pocket. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope I managed to explain it well enough. If not, feel free to ask. Other than that, I want to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!